elves?
They cease to be.
I got so much elven information in this campaign.
It's
from
true.
Goblin
It's
Gang.
true. You did.
Who were the tall men then that was mentioned?
Yeah. I don't. Who would have mentioned tall men? Was it Skelethio?
It might have been Forgy.
Okay, if Forgy was mentioning tall men, that would probably be different. So I think that could refer to three people. One would obviously be the elves, but I think tall men is meant to be humans, if I recall correctly, because when the siege happened, humans had lived in Cavaranth, which is the region this mountain is adjacent to, for literally like thousands of years. Like this was a native human homeland, and so humans participated in the siege, helping the dwarves. I mean, they got slaughtered completely, but aspects of human culture and things like that are still scattered around Travis Crag. I don't think you guys ever found it. No, I know you didn't find any, but I presume that's probably what Forgy was talking about, if he was talking about them, because there's some more. There's like this never happened, but there's this wizard named Archmagus Doranos. He was a part of a civilization called
Archmagus Doranos mentioned.
Yeah, he's a part of a civilization called the Pitmakers. And the same time his civilization fell is when the siege was happening. And so he briefly came to Throdkarak to help them against this massive incursion. And so in his laboratory, which he had a very small one, was a bunch of shit. And among that, you would have found like preserved human bodies and a bunch of other stuff, because he was into some weird magic. And so that was all. Yeah, well, you guys know. But yeah, he was in Gamrick, and so you could have found a bit more stuff about the siege there, like very specific information, because that was where the last proper resistance happened. Technically, there was like IRA style bombings when they pushed through the Middle Deeps, but that's not like real resistance. The last real resistance was crushed in Gamrick when the Archmage of Throdkarak went down fighting.
Why did Anket cast Revivify on me instead of Divine Revivification?
Yeah, that wasn't Anket.
That's what I was suspecting.
Yeah, we touched on it a couple of times, but the Crimson Fungus, belief is magic. It's like that is kind of the core axiom of Valeros. These are the same thing, and your tribe really believes that Crimson Fungus is magical. And again, you're not alone. That is a belief in the lower deeps as well. It never came up, but the Red Weeps fully believe that Crimson Fungus is magical and that it literally is a god in its own right. And so there are so many worshippers of Crimson Fungus that it is capable of raising people from the dead. It's closer to a warlock than it is to a cleric, because it's not as powerful as something like Ankat or Dominus or Grosh, but it is capable of bringing people back. That's what Yapper is. That's what you are. It is the literal divine power of the Crimson Fungus.
Was the other vision I had of the woman telling me to move on also the Crimson Fungus?
Yeah, I mean, so this is an interesting thing. Like, the Crimson Fungus doesn't really have an ego. It just kind of acts, and you already had Crimson Fungus in your body because you're a Bloodspore. So most of those visions did come from Anket. It's just that it wasn't her that revived you, which I can see how that would be confusing. But you're still a cleric of Anket, even though the Crimson Fungus brought you back.
So that lady was just like an avatar of the fungus.
No, it was an avatar of Anket.
Didn't you just say it wasn't Anket?
I said it was.
He said it was Anket, but that it was the fungus who acted to save me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got confused.
Fungus cast Revivify Anket was like, shit's gonna go down.
Yeah, basically reiterate it, because when someone's in the realm of souls, it's a lot easier to put shit in their head. So when he was dead for a little bit, she's like, "Oh, might as well use this opportunity."
What? Okay, I don't know if you'll ever have the answer to this.
Yeah.
When we were at first session in the
Middle Deeps, yeah.
Middle Deep, there was that creator area.
Yeah.
And there was one door we couldn't get through because the door was hot.
Yeah.
What was behind it?
Steam. You would have burned yourself.
Didn't lead to anyone special?
No, okay, it was just a section of the tunnel that was filled with a constant spew of hot steam, and you just would have burned the shit out of yourself if you managed to get over it. It was like a trap door, I guess.
Right.
I'm glad that lived rent free in your head for so long. But no, the big secret there is the observation room, but you managed to find that, so you basically got everything.
Was there any major stuff that we missed?
Well, Gamrick. You never went to Gamrick.
Which it sounds like it was a good thing, though.
In terms of the survivability of your tribe, absolutely. Yeah, I think you all would have died there. But yeah, I mean,
Still
there's a
have
bunch
the
of
best
stuff
survival
in
rate.
Gamrek would have leaned a lot more into Golem shit, which we kind of did a little bit of when you guys left the trade deep and went up through that like crazy thing and got the outpost and all that stuff. But Gamrek would have been like peak Golem mode. Like there would have been so much Golem lore. You would have learned about all the different types and the variants and all. There would have been a lot of shit. There would have been Golem battles. We never had a single combat involving a Golem. That would have happened to Gamrek for sure.
That would have
and-
been crazy.
Yeah, you probably would have been recruited into the Boil Sons in some fashion because the Boil Sons is the only culture that exists in Gamrek. They're not really a tribe; they're closer like a confederation. But you would have joined one of them.
Yeah,
'cause
4G would have been like, my home!
probably, yeah, he probably would have brought you into his tribe, which is funny because he was like the whipping boy of his tribe. He's like the most pathetic member of it.
No, but he wanted to go back to the Boil
he
Sons.
did.
He was like, please.
He did. So I think that's a big one because that would have been very Golem core.
What was 4G BTFO'd when we got to Paradise?
I mean,
Should have put the mask on 4G.
maybe. I don't know.
The mask on 4G
Yeah,
is crazy.
It is kind of funny. I would have to think about it, but I feel like the reactions of most of your tribe is like stunned because I didn't like keep my records in such a way where I can look at this, but I'm pretty sure less than like 10% of your entire tribe even ever lived in the Middle Deeps. Like almost all these people are not from where you're from. They're all like refugees you picked up along the way or people you hired or slaves you took or whatever else. And so I think almost all of these people are shocked that it's actually real. Like they were just doing a Bart X egg because he scared them. But when you actually get to like the surface, I think, yeah, they'd be stunned because they're expecting like a golem to come out of nowhere and just fucking cave their skull in. They're like, oh, okay, cool. I guess this is paradise.
Are
What
there
if we just
golems on
believed
top
in
of the
it?
mountain?
Yes,
So hard.
there are so many golems on the mountain.
We just believed it was paradise so hard that, we made it.
It just becomes. I do like it when Rathaclick was like,
We'll never know.
like, is this paradise? Because our divine fungus isn't like growing here, and you're like, it is. Basically, because it has to be. Because what else are you gonna do? You already lost like the core of your culture. You're gonna go back into the fucking underway and go look for somewhere else. Like, I guess you just gotta commit at that point. But damn, that is fucking brutal.
Yeah, I mean, it is true. It's like like if your god says this is paradise, and then you go to the paradise and it's actually there, and then God dies. It's like,
Yeah, like what do you do? But yeah, to answer your question, Jackson, yes, the surface was fucking infested with golems, and not just golems. They were the best golems because those were the ones the enemies managed to hijack and send out to the surface. So it would have been, I mean, basically guaranteed death. I would have been a little bit nice, like I would have given you the chance to retreat. But if you genuinely ever attempted an escape on the surface without some crazy fucking magic to keep you from getting caught, it would have been a bloodbath. We're talking like Dreckhammer sprinting at 100 miles an hour. We're talking a type of class you've never even met before that is like burrowing in the earth and hunting your every movement. Like it's just been, there would have been hell. It would have been hell.
So my plan was mega fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason why not a single goblin tribe has ever escaped Jervos Crag through the surface. It is just there are just thousands of golems up there just waiting to kill.
What was the intended solution? Like, how did you expect this to go?
I mean, I don't particularly do it quite like that. Generally, session by session, I mean, I had a general like path. I knew you'd go up one of the stairs. That means you probably get to the trade deep, spend a little time there. The underway was the way out. Like all the signs pointed there. So eventually, like even the very first session or second session, whenever the dog-headed quagga thing was mentioned, I already knew where that was. Like that was in the Grand Atrium. And so I knew eventually you'd get to the Grand Atrium and get through the underway. But in terms of like how, I don't know. Like I basically just kind of saw what you did. Like in the trade deep, I really, 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 really thought you guys were going to go up to like, do you remember like the rafters area where like there was this whole like kind of mirror civilization up on the roof of the trade deep? I thought you were going to go that way and like go down to the hook rats and be like, hey guys, old buddies, let us through. I did not think you were going to like go through the fucking weird ass route you did. Also, you never once interacted with like the biggest tribe of the trade deep, which was the money based tribe in the center. Like you kind of passed through the territory, but you never, the Goldies, you never had like a proper interaction with them, which again, not expected. They were the centerpiece of the trade deep. So I really thought you were going to have like fight them or have them fight you or something, but you just kind of wormed your way around them.
I think we bribed them once.
You did. You paid a toll that
to
you
get
were told
through.
to pay. Yeah. But no, I mean, yeah, nothing was really intended. You just kind of kept. I mean, generally, you went along the path I expected, but certainly not in the micro scale. Like the first time you guys encountered the red weeps, you hid in your tunnels for like a full session. I did not expect that. I really thought I had a whole battle map ready. I had a golem ready. I'm like, ooh, second golem combat, yippee! And then we never fought a golem again for the rest of the campaign because you guys always avoided them, which was smart because they're really dangerous. But I was like, damn, I had like 8 golem stat blocks. I was like so excited to use, and then you never once fought one after the first one.
You should have. Broken Bones and Body should have taught you if you give the players somewhere to hide, they're gonna hide.
And here's the thing, I just love it. I love it. The deep paranoia you guys felt in the middle deeps, and you're like growing confidence, and then the bloodbath of PvP. It's art. It's cinema. It's like peak Goblin. Like this campaign is peak Goblin. I don't know how else to describe it.
I can't believe we had like a 3-way PvP session.
Yeah.
You had fucking
And
Yapper
then
throwing a bomb as
somehow-
Munch comes to kill you all.
Dude, you guys
You
should have
don't die.
seen the fucking like DMs Alex and I were having during that session.
Yeah.
To be clear, I wasn't trying to kill the council. I was trying to kill Rathaclick and all the shitters.
Yeah, I did not expect the PvP bloodbath. I mean, since we're doing the wrap up Q&A, I will say I am so glad it went as well as it did because most other times I've had PvP, people get very, very, very upset. But honestly, I thought it went great. I think it all made sense.
Cinema.
No one felt like particularly out of character. It was just it was cinema. It was cinema.
I am very comfortable finding out after fucking around.
Yeah. Yeah, just like yeah.
I had to get Karzik back. The last time we PvP'd, he ruthlessly executed my
got him
character,
good.
so I had to get him
When
back.
did you PvP last?
It was
Delta
in the
Green?
Delta Green.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you shot in the back of the head. Yeah. I will say
Shot in the back of the head and nail into the back of the head. What?
it's
Yeah.
there's something there.
Just
Yeah,
There's cinema.
that nail death was fucking brutal. I
But,
mean,
like,
to be
they're
fair,
crucified on the floor.
yeah, I mean, both of the
Pretty
player
much.
deaths were really fucking brutal. Like Rathaclick being the one to kill Munch was, oh my god, I couldn't write
Yeah.
it better. It was so good.
Bro, I don't know why Skleg told me to jump over the fucking line. Like that's like a dumb idea.
The thought to him was that he was getting bogged down, or I mean, the thought I had was he's getting bogged down killing all these random shitters that do basically no damage. But Mardak has like 25 AC, and then the backline guys have like 13 AC. Like Hiss is nothing. Like you hit Hiss twice and he's fucking dying. And so that was the idea. Obviously, it did not work out super well because I kind of forgot Rathaclick is a monster. He's actually, when he rolls well, and if he uses that bonus action every turn, which he did, he's on par with the rest of the council, which I kind of always forgot about because he's just kind of so bland. I forgot he was strong.
Bland, brother. He's like
I mean, he's bland in terms of combat actions. Like he just does 2 attacks and then a bonus action. That's it. Every turn, same exact like turn. But out of game, obviously,
he's
it's
got
not
discipline
bland at
through
all.
pain as well.
I guess that's true. I didn't use it very often on him though. All right. Any other questions?
One is just like a hypothetical. If like Munch had lived,
Yeah.
and him
I
and Skleg ran, like would he have been like a official like member of the Eye Stealers, or was he just getting like eaten and spewed out? Because that's kind of what I was expecting.
Oh, no, there's no reason to. Like, there's no reason to betray you if you do that. So no, I think they'd take the Overseer tablet. You'd obviously feast on your old tribe, and then they'd give you cattle, which you kind of correctly assumed was goblinoids, but it's not just goblinoids. They turn some goblinoids into flesh claimers with the specific intention of harvesting them for that particular graft, the one you get only from other flesh claimers. And so you would have been
That's
given
what I thought.
you would have been given a
Because-
couple of those as like a reward and fully inducted into the tribe, which means like a massive level boost essentially because you're getting a bunch of like free grafts.
Yeah, I didn't think that when I heard the cattle, I was like, oh, it's literally just for the flesh grafters graft.
Oh, it's also just
course.
normal goblinoids for like their teeth
Oh,
and
I
stuff.
didn't see I guess just food.
So you would have been fully inducted. I don't really see a reason why Skleg wouldn't. To be fair, you were fully his responsibility though. Like once after that one conversation with Ziggurat, you didn't really care anymore.
Yeah, I was tempted to put the mask on Skleg.
Oh, yeah, you would have slaughtered that hobgoblin. Like it would have been such an easy fight to kill him. Yeah, that would have been. And then you turn into Skleg. Holy. Yeah, I think if you'd backstabbed Sklegged and rejoined your tribe, I think it could have gone very differently. I don't know if Rathaclick could have tanked that. I feel like he would have gotten betrayed and killed by a bunch of people. But who knows?
That was just strange hypothetical.
Yeah.
Was I right about the Bone Worlds taking the flesh off so the what's their face couldn't have them?
That was definitely a part of it. Yeah, I mean that's a big part of it. The secondary reason is that the Boneweld have a very weird religion, but it's one of those things where like theology and practicality intersect in this particular case. So they do both of it.
How do the Boneweld control so many undead?
The answer is they have necromantic grimoires. This is not super represented mechanically, but technically none of the Boneweld are wizards. Technically, they're technically necromancers because I briefly made a necromancer class. I will never use it again because in a solo, you only can really play it in a solo campaign, and even then it was pretty involved. But that is what all of them were, like they're NPC necromancers essentially. And the way that class worked was that you can command technically any number of undead, but for any number of actions, that's where the limitation comes in. Like that's why I made an int save when you killed 20 of his skeletons, because he was actually actively paying attention to them, like commanding them. And so that was like a real blow to his psyche. And so I think you kind of saw the spectrum between Kablizit and Magog. Like you can kind of specialize and have smaller ones that actually do smart things. You can also have like whites, which help you command your, I guess, undead horde. Or you can go the Magog route and just have.
I'm so glad we just ended up fighting Magog instead of Kablizit.
That would have been a tough fight. I genuinely do not think you could do it with 2 people. I mean, maybe if you woke up the rest of them, you could have, but like he had 6 whites under the creature you talked to. That was a white that he was puppeting. So you'd have had to fight.
It's been so hard to find him as well.
Correct. He was buried deep in that building behind the steel door.
Never fight a schizo on the home territory.
You should know. That's a fellow schizo.
The text that Bonk, or the text in reference of Bonk, was a crazy pullout.
Oh yeah.
Was it in the Skygut library where Bonk was there, the first necromancer?
It's true.
That's crazy. How did they even get that book?
Well, he died 700 years ago, and it's only like 2 regions away, so a lot of time to do that. He's just across the Great Desert, so.
So, like, there had to be expeditions to the outside world for some.
100%. Yeah. Like, no tribe has ever gone through the surface route, but the underway has been plied before. Like, people had gone through there. Very few had returned back, and none had, like, there was no, like, clear trade route established. But also, some of the Crownlickers have teleportation. Like, they just leave regularly, and then just come back.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But obviously, the wider hold has no contact with the outside world.
Were there any like crazy like lore or valuable books in the library that we missed?
No, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, you guys were all clerics, so it's not like any particular book. I mean, there's interesting lore. Basically, anytime you grabbed a book, I was like, okay, which bit of lore do I want to hide behind allegory today? And I just like exposited it. So basically, every time we went to the library, there would have been something. So I guess we could have just had 4 hours of me yapping about random stories, but. In practice, nothing material that you like needed to complete the campaign.
What are the Igni?
It's just a different name for dragons. Technically,
really?
It's a little bit more. Well,
like
it's a little bit more complicated than that. Basically, I will couch this in saying this is elven cosmology, specifically Skelethiel, which probably isn't even a good representation of elves since he's been only talking to goblinoids for hundreds of years, and before that, who even knows what he was doing. But in Skelethiel's cosmology, there is only 2 planes of existence. There's the material plane and the realm of souls. There are no elemental planes, and the Igni are the inhabitants of the world of Cinder, aka the elemental plane of fire to everyone else. That's his conception of reality. And so the Igni refers to the denizens of that plains, which does include red dragons, but it also includes all sorts of other things that live on that, what he calls a planet, what everyone else would call a plane.
Like fire giants and shit like that?
Yeah, fire giants, salamanders, races of mortal races. Yeah.
Was that red giant that we encountered in the Trade Deep in Igni?
No. That was a hill giant. That wasn't even a fire giant. That was just a normal ass hill giant. Yeah. those typically live pretty close to goblin populations, because lots of good food, and also sometimes they fight for the goblinoids for fun, basically. Alrighty. Well, unless there's any remaining questions. All right. Well,
time for character thing.
Indeed, there is. We'll do that after. Yeah, if like Melly Boss or Chowder, if either of you have questions, I'll answer them. And then thank you for this. Obviously, I can't say this to Ethan because he had to bounce, but for the rest of you, this was really, really, really fun. I love goblins.
Was an amazing campaign.
I fucking love
super
goblins.
Stressful, but fun.
Yeah, I think about halfway through, we got a bit less out of the weeds of logistics and started being more goblin pill, and I think it vastly improved for me at least. And everything in the Grand Atrium was absolute cinema. So thank you very much for that. That ending, I don't know, honestly made me a little bit emotional. It was very, I enjoyed it a lot. So yeah, that's all I got, and bye-bye.
Bye. See you in the comments. We'll bang, okay?